Now, my main concern is the tortoises because the tortoise enclosures are the ones that flood the most. Now, not only does it bring flooding, but it also brings hatching babies. It goes as deep as my finger right here. Are you okay? Is this baby even alive? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all having an amazing day. So in today's video, we are going to be heading down to my brother's house because we have had some heavy rainfall down here in South Florida, and that causes flooding in the enclosures. Now, my main concern is the tortoises because the tortoise enclosures are the ones that flood the most. Now, not only does it bring flooding, but it also brings hatching babies. So with the rain and the humidity, this actually will get the babies to hatch. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making sure that all of the tortoises are happy and healthy, that they're safe after the rainfall, and check to see if we have any babies. So we have just arrived to Jacob's house. You can see it is very humid. I mean, you can't see it, but I can definitely feel it. It's very humid out. It is very wet, and it has been very rainy. Now, guys, if you take a look over here, you can see it is raining so much that there's a giant puddle over there that is completely taken over half of the driveway. It is probably about a couple inches deep, and it has just been pouring nonstop for the past couple weeks, and that means some of the enclosures here are definitely flooded, especially the tortoise enclosure. So what we are going to be doing is we're going around today to check if we missed any nests and see if we can find any babies, because with the rain, that brings hatching babies. So we want to make sure that we don't have any babies left behind, because unfortunately what the older tortoises will do is they will actually eat these baby tortoises. So we want to make sure that does not happen. So we must investigate all of the tortoise enclosures. So the first enclosures we are going to be investigating are the back tortoise enclosures right here. Now, if you take a look, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. Now, we have them all lined up right here. But if you take a look at these tortoises right here, we're just going to make sure everyone looks good. We got to change their water. We got to make sure that everyone is doing all right. So we got 1 right here. We're just going to go on ahead and step in. All right, we got that little guy, and we got 2 over here. Now, you can see it's a little muddy in the corner right there, but there thankfully is no flooding. There are no babies in here, and we have successfully checked this tortoise enclosure. Now, we are going to head to the next one. I don't see any flooding so far, but guys, if you take a look right here, we're just going to go on ahead, step in. They got fresh water. We got to give the other ones fresh water. We're going to take a look in here. Hello, who's in here? All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. There's no puddles in here. We got another little guy right here. Now let's make our way around and check out this area. All right, guys, it's looking good. There are no puddles in here, and everyone seems to be happy and healthy. Now we have the next enclosure literally right here. So we're just going to go on ahead, step over. All right, guys, so we got to change your water too. Hello, are you okay? How was the rain in here? Was it a little bit scary? So this guy looks to be pretty good. I don't see any flooding. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3. Oh my goodness, this guy was literally hiding. We got 4, we got 5. All right, let's go take a look in their house. We got 6. I don't see any more out. Now let's see. Do we have any more in here? Hello! So 7, 8, and 9. But guys, did you just see that? All of the rainwater literally just fell in the back right there, creating a giant puddle. So guys, just imagine how much it's been raining here. I mean, the flooding in the enclosures has been so bad. But thankfully, all of these tortoises are looking happy and healthy. Now, the only thing left to do with them is to change their water. So we got our hose in hand. All of the tortoises are migrating this way. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't have any food for you, but I'm here to bring fresh water. So all we're going to do is, all right, we're going to give it a nice rinse. And it's going to take a little bit to get all of that dirt out, but we want to make sure that it's completely clean. You can see the bottom is stained, so that's not dirt. The bottom is just stained a dark color. So we're going to rinse. We almost got all of it out, and there we have it. Now we're just going to go on ahead, fill this water up, and oh my goodness, guys, he is going for a drink. Is he going to get in? Let's see if he gets in. All right, we got this filled up. This little tortoise is checking it out. Are you going to go in for an afternoon sunbathe? Get in there. It's nice and fresh. And we are rinsing the second one right here. You can see this one was extremely dirty. I don't think that's going to be coming out if we don't dump it. All right, there we go. We completely dumped it. We're going to grab our hose again, give it a nice rinse down right here. There we have it. Now we're just going to go ahead and fill it on up. And just like the other one right here, this one is also stained on the bottom, but you can see that water is looking nice and fresh. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we have some clear crystal water for our growing tortoises in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head to the next enclosure and do the same thing. All right, so we got the water nice and filled up. It is looking great. Now that one was the dirtiest out of all of them. There was literally mud mud on the bottom. Now the reason there was mud is because the tortoises will actually go in there and they'll actually submerge their shell in there to get nice and hydrated. Now that's why it was really, really dirty. But thankfully all of the tortoises are looking happy and healthy, and we didn't see any babies crawling around in their enclosure. But we have one more enclosure to check, and it is our biggest tortoise enclosure at the front of the property. And guys, this enclosure gets very, very flooded. There are so many tortoises. I think there are about 30 tortoises, or maybe a little less, but guys, there are so many tortoises. They're constantly laying nests, and sometimes these babies are left behind because there are just so many to keep track of. So guys, the only thing left to do is to head to that enclosure. And here we have our giant tortoise enclosure. Now this is the biggest tortoise enclosure we have. We have a bunch of redfoots in here. You can see there's a lot of space for them to exercise their legs and to move around, but they see me over here. They think I have food, which they are correct. You can see they're all migrating here. And guys, I don't know if you remember, but if you've been following my channel and you remember this little guy right here, well, this is Picasso. Now I brought him here so he has some friends and he is getting along with everyone just so well. Now you can see he doesn't have as much paint on his shell anymore. You can see we've gotten most of it off, but you can see it's really, really stuck in these grooves. So we have been working very, very hard to make sure we don't damage his shell, but we hopefully one day get all of his paint off. But guys, oh my gosh, it's an army of tortoises. They want food. We got food. So we have a yummy bucket of mixed greens and fruit. So we have some lettuce and spinach, some apples. We have some squash as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go on ahead, bring the bucket in here, and we are just going to take a giant handful. There you go, guys. So we're going to put some here. We're going to put some here. Oh my goodness. It's so tasty. You want some? It's really good. You're going to take a bite out of it. Here you go, Picasso. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? We have a giant army of tortoises. There are more coming. And these guys in the hut right here are eyeing our fruits and our veggies right here. What's up? Are you hungry? Let's see how many we have in here. So we got 1, 2, and 3 in here. Guys, you're missing out on the yummy food out here. So as these guys munch over here, we have some bricks set up where we actually feed them. And we're just going to go on ahead, pour the rest of our yummy food right here. There we have it. Now we're just going to grab the rest that are stuck. We're going to make sure it's nice and spread out so all of our tortoises can munch on it. And oh my goodness, guys, they already spotted. They're heading our way. Do you see the yummy food? Are you really excited to eat and fill that tortoise little belly? So now that we got our tortoises nice and satisfied, they are eating and they are munching and crunching. We are going to do some investigating around here because now that they're distracted, we can really thoroughly search this entire enclosure. And it is going to be pretty tricky because if you look on each corner of one of these posts, there is just mud and dirt everywhere. And on some in the corners right here, there is actually water. And this is what I'm most concerned about. In this tree right here, it's literally a puddle of water. But we're actually going to be starting in their hut right here. Now, we want to make sure that we don't spot any little baby. And are you laying? No, you're not laying a nest. So for a second, I thought she was laying some eggs right here. But you can see we don't see any babies. It is nice and dry in here. And thankfully, all of those tortoises are looking great. Now, we're going to head to this corner right here. And if you take a look, guys, you can see it's very, very muddy. Now, if you see that these corners are kind of like dug out, well, that is because these tortoises are literally trying to break out of their enclosure, or it could have been a previous nest. So you can see there's no mud piles here. We just want to thoroughly check this entire enclosure. All right, guys. Oh no, we have a mud pile. Oh my goodness, guys. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys? No way, this guy is literally covered in mud. You can't even spot him. I mean, guys, come on. This little guy literally blends in like a rock. This is absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness, you can see he kind of like wedged himself in there, and this guy is covered in mud. But oh my goodness, guys, you can see just how soft his shell is. This baby is so little. He still has his egg tooth. So he definitely has been here for a couple days, but he is just freshly hatched. Because if you spot that egg tooth right where I'm talking about, right under his nostrils, he will actually use that pointy part to break out of the shell. Oh my goodness, guys. My hands are literally covered in mud. I mean, just look how tiny this little guy is. Oh my goodness. This is honestly insane, and thankfully we were here in time, because if you take a look right here, this is exactly what I was talking about and my concern. If you look, my hand is just completely in this water. You can't even see my nails, and it just completely disappears in this muddy water right here. And just imagine if this baby took a couple more steps in that water, well, he would have been a goner. Guys, the last thing I expected was to actually find a little baby tortoise. I mean, I am as shocked as you guys. I can't believe we found this little baby, and thankfully we did. I mean, you can see on his shell right here, he actually still has some of the yolk sac remnants right here, and thankfully we have this bucket. We're just gonna go ahead, put him in the bucket so he stays safe in there, and we are gonna check the rest of the enclosure to make sure there are no more babies. So we're continuing this way, making sure that there are no more puddles. You can see they've all dried up, but you can see they are just completely muddy. Now if you take a look right here, there's a little bit of a puddle, but it's pretty much dried up. This little guy is just hanging out in this corner, and just look how gorgeous his face is. Oh my goodness. You are one beautiful tortoise. Hello. Can I pet your head? Oh my goodness. Thank you. That was so nice of you. Look how pretty you are. So we're continuing on our journey. I am not finding any more puddles, which is actually a good sign, because we don't want to find any more babies, just like we just found the other one. This area is completely dry, and if you look right here, you can see this is kind of on a slant, so this pretty much doesn't get that flooded and will actually drain out into the grass. And this area, including this tree right here, accumulates most of the water. All right, let's check right here, because they like to hang out here. You can see all of this area is dried out. Let's see, where's your face? Oh, hello, what you doing in there? So the last and final place we are going to check is this tree right here. And guys, when I tell you this area gets very flooded, it's very scary, because the bigger tortoises literally submerge themselves just like this one. And sometimes it gets so high, it looks like as if they're almost drowning. But you can see he's just taking a nap. He's just hanging out. But if I stick my hand in here, guys, I mean, just look how deep this goes. I mean, it's not deep for this little guy, but if a baby gets in here, especially in this back area, oh my gosh, guys, it goes as deep as my finger right here. And that is no good for any baby. So we're just going to head around this side right here, because I can already see another tortoise right here hanging out. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. Oh my gosh. Is it drowning? Oh my goodness, guys. Oh no. This poor little baby was completely submerged. And not only did we find one, but we found two little baby tortoises. Are you okay? Is this baby even alive? Guys, I rushed over to the nearest hose to rinse this baby off, because I don't even know if he's alive. But thank gosh. Oh my goodness. He finally opened one of his eyes. So we're just going to set this little baby down right here and give him a nice rinse. All right, guys, bear with me. Oh my goodness. Look at this poor little baby. We're going to make sure we get all of the mud off. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful this little guy is. I mean, just look how vibrant his colors are. And he is just one absolute beauty. And you can see he also has his egg tooth. I don't know if he's from the same clutch as this other one that we have in the bucket right here, because if you take a look, his egg tooth almost seems as if it's going down, and this little baby right here, his egg tooth was nice and prominent. So you can see these babies might be from a different clutch, but you can see his shell is very soft. What we're actually gonna do is put both of them in there, grab the hose, and just put a little bit of water so we can rinse these babies off. Oh my gosh, look how dirty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh no, is your shell messed up a little bit? So you can see his shell looks to be a little bit messed up, but this baby is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just look at these two. So we have one, we have two. We're gonna put them both in my hand. Oh my goodness. So yeah, guys, you can see that one is a little bit bigger than the other. So they might be from different clutches. We may not know. But thankfully, we were able to get these babies in time, because if not, they would have definitely drowned. Now guys, that's going to end today's video. If you all enjoyed today's video rescuing these two little babies from nearly drowning, we'll give this video a big thumbs up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go put them in the baby shed, get them nice and warmed up. Now guys, what I want you to do is comment down below a name for these two little survivors. Now if you want to see more crazy tortoise rescues and crazy animal videos, well, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel in the link down below.